snacks. We got jokes.
Yo.
We got sin.
Yes, sir.
This is Loading Snacks Weekly, where we get together once a week and talk about things that are happening in pop culture. And today
Today
is no different, but different.
Right. Different but
Uh,
different.
we are coming to you from the comfort of our humble homes and such.
Yeah.
Trying to once again, just maintain social distancing.
hmm
Um, but still continue to bring you the content, and things will be modified a little bit
Yeah.
because of the way that we're doing this. But we are still going to have the same kinds of conversations that we normally have, and we are going to discuss how this stuff that we love is maybe keeping us afloat a little bit in these times.
Facts.
So, um, gentlemen, I know you didn't know we were going to do this.
Here we come. Here we come with it.
However, we are
Okay.
playing a game. Just a quick game,
We're playing a
just to
game.
warm up. Yeah, just a quick game.
Okay.
Listen, it's not a competition or nothing like that. We'll
Okay.
keep it pretty simple.
All right.
However, we're playing a game called One Gotta Go.
Oh,
Okay.
And
sorry,
I'm sure
Sid.
by the name you can tell how it works.
One gotta go.
One gotta go.
Let's
So
do it.
I figure because we are specifically dealing with, a lot of people being quarantined, stuck in a house, stay at home orders, this, that, and the third,
Mm-hmm.
one gotta go. Netflix, Hulu, Amazon Prime. One gotta
Amazon
go.
Prime.
Hulu.
Woo, woo. So we got one Amazon Prime and we have a Hulu.
Mhm.
I'm gonna make you speak to that. Well, what are we talking here?
I don't use either of them, so that's the reason why I said it. I don't use either one of them.
Yeah, but you
Or
picked one.
yeah, I probably don't watch any of the shows on Amazon Prime, and I don't use it, so that's why.
Amazon Prime
Man,
actually
there's
has
some
pretty
good
good
stuff
stuff
on
on
Amazon
there.
Prime, bruh.
Yeah.
Boys, there's definitely some stuff there. But jokes, you picked Hulu as a paying member of the Hulu community, sir.
You are.
Actually, I haven't had Hulu in like a couple of months now.
Mm.
Ooh. Did you
So
give it? Did you give it up for now? Oh yeah, because you didn't do the triple bundle
no, I didn't do the triple
with
one. I
Hulu
went
and Disney
ahead.
Plus.
Yeah, I went ahead and bought in Disney Plus for 3 years, so I'm in
Yeah,
on
you
that
did the
side.
3 year joint. That's
But
right.
as of recent, like there really hasn't been as much on Hulu like that I really just wanted to keep up with. Like at one point, they started putting a lot of anime on Hulu to watch. But
Sure.
then it became a lot of that anime, either one or two things. I have some of it or a lot of it already, or because I'm subscribed to like Crunchyroll, I can already see the majority of that.
Right.
Hulu, of
Were
course,
you? Is that? Did you subscribe to Hulu for anime?
no, not at all. Not at all. Hulu was originally it was in place. The major reasons I used to really have Hulu was because of the CW shows. So on that occasion that I couldn't watch the CW show live, it went to Hulu. But of course
Okay.
now CW pulled all of that and put it into their own app.
Right.
So you can see, I think you can still see some of the old stuff on there, but if you wanted to see like the current up to date runs, you don't
hmm
see that on Hulu anymore. You have to go through the CW app, and
Okay.
I dig that.
that was one of the majority of reasons why I had Hulu. Um, Netflix just has tons and tons of movies that Hulu, of course, just will not have. Um, but I just kind of fell out with Hulu.
I dig that. It would be Hulu for sure. Like I never really got into Hulu. I had it very very briefly. And then I thought about getting it in the little, in the triple pack.
hmm
When Disney Plus first came out, and maybe there will be some things that go there that might be worth it in the moment. With Disney having that full kind of strength over it now.
Right.
hmm
Um, But I just, if I had to make a decision, Hulu's easy. Amazon Prime, not only do they have a lot of dope stuff, they got a lot of classic stuff that's like just hard to find anywhere else somehow. And um, while a lot of the stuff on Amazon Prime is um, like you have to buy it to watch it, like having the Prime membership, because I have the Prime membership anyway, so much of it is there that I can just watch.
Mhm.
There's a lot of really good classic old cartoon Saturday morning kind of stuff and things like that. And when I watch a series or a show on there, it doesn't stop every 3 episodes to ask me if I'm still watching,
Okay, that's
like a
good.
Netflix does.
That's good.
And sometimes I need that, especially now. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like, I've seen people complaining, like, bro, we're all stuck in the house. Can you please disable that joint on Netflix for like the next month or whatever?
Right.
So I don't have to keep telling us, yes, dog, we're still watching because
We're all home. Like,
we
just
can't.
let it go.
Yeah, there's nothing else popping. Yeah. So yeah, it would definitely be Hulu for me. Okay, one more.
Okay.
Y'all ready?
Yeah.
Do it.
One gotta go. Comics, movies, video games.
Oh.
I
Comics.
know.
Oh.
That's what I figured. Jokes?
Oh.
Comic shop.
Throwback.
Oh, man.
What's up? What's up, jokes?
Throwback Thursday.
The sad part is I probably would say comics. That's really hard to say. Like, oh man.
Is it? When's the last time you read a comic?
I mean, I shut your mouth. But
I'm just asking.
You weren't just asking. That was a loaded question.
it was.
No, it wasn't. It was just a
Sure it was. Sure
But
it was.
it's
That was a that was a loaded question. That was full
Question.
ammunition, sir. One
It
in the
was.
chamber.
Like, I mean, I like to consume. It's been a while since I've really read one. Like, I've been playing games and catching up on shows and stuff like that. But I'm sorry. Like, I feel like without comics, movies, a lot of movies probably wouldn't necessarily exist. Like, there's some good material that we get out of the comics, whether it's our Marvel Cinematic Universe or just like some people have taken from movies some ideas from comics and adapted them in different ways. So like I almost feel like in certain things without comics, we don't necessarily have certain elements of movies. Video games is a different thing to itself. I couldn't cut out video games, but sadly, I would probably have to say comics.
It's comics, bruh. It just is. Out of the three, it's comics. Because the other two don't. It's gonna sound so bad. They don't require reading.
I can
And
understand
like I mean, don't get me wrong, like comics you can lose yourself in. There are a lot of people I know who would much rather read a good book than watch a movie.
that. Understand.
Absolutely.
I'm not one of them. I'm not one of them. I would much rather sit down in front of a screen, whether it's at a theater or if it's at home or whatever, and kind of take it all in. Than I would, and video games just wins out of those three anyway. So, um, as much love as I have for comics, I'm into a lot of the stuff I'm into because of comics. But if at the current moment in the current landscape I had to choose, comics,
It would
bro.
be comics.
Yeah, I'm with you. Like I've not physically like went out and read a comic in like years. Like movies, TV shows, anime, video games, like all that stuff out surpasses it by far. Like you said, with this climate and everything, nah, that's as far as that fandom, that's at the bottom of the list right now.
Yeah, I mean, I buy comics sometimes still, and a
Mhm.
lot of times when I buy them, I end up with the digital version, and the books just sit.
Same.
Truthfully,
Because like when I buy physical, like most of it is honestly for collector purposes, honestly, than anything else. Like
Or something big is going on in that universe that you want to get it for to save it and have it for nostalgia purposes and all that type of stuff.
don't get me wrong,
Yeah.
like a lot of I'm gonna read them. Like a lot of them come with the digital copy. Like I'm the type of person
Right.
I will go ahead, I will get the code out for the digital copy. Then the comic just gets locked away, it's put away, and it just never gets touched again. Um, that's why I kind of like the way the landscape is now, where you can have, in the sense, with depending on the uh, manufacturer of the comic, who it actually comes from. A lot of them
Mhm.
do give you that digital copy to go along with the physical now, but there are some that only you can only consume physical, or you have to purchase the digital one. Um, but I kind of like the way it works that way.
Yeah, I mean, the thing about comics for me is and would be more of losing that artwork.
Mhm.
Like
Okay.
I love comic artwork.
One
So
hundred percent. Yeah, I'm with you on
that
that.
that would be the thing for me that would hurt the most about it. Um, but even with that, like I feel like video games in a lot of ways are like we just find a lot of people like when we go to cons and stuff like that, like a lot of people are doing artwork that has like video game characters and stuff like that in it. So, you know, it's a little different and
Mhm.
I dig it. You know what I mean? But that'd be the part that would be the hardest, but still it would be comics. Out of those three, it's comics.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
absolutely. I'm with you. Hands down.
Um
Easy one.
all right, so having done that, let's talk a little bit, um, gentlemen, because you know, again, as we stated when we talked about this last week when we filmed this way, um, the current situation for us here in the U.S., where we live in Maryland, as a part of the DMV, the district, the you know, Washington D.C., Maryland, Virginia,
Mm-hmm.
um, we are basically all on. You're really only supposed to be out of the house for essentials,
Yep,
Yes.
which is not a thing people are completely following, but that's
at
what it
all.
is.
Right.
Um, you know, myself and Jokes have to leave the house to go to work, being essential. Um, Sin, you're working, but you don't have to leave the house. So,
Uh, Not all the time. Technically, I have to leave the house tomorrow now, but yeah, it's
I
going
mean,
from right. It's I've shifted right
right,
to home,
you
going out periodically. Right.
right. So, yeah, but even when you go out, you're not really going out and dealing with the public like we deal with the public. You're
Mhm.
not going out and dealing with the public. You go into like an office building or something like that, and it's different. Your amount of time that you're spending at home might be driving you a little more crazy than us because we're going out every day
Yep.
and
Mm-hmm.
being out for 8, 9, 10 hours, you know, whatever, and then
Mm-hmm.
coming home. It's still honestly, it's still kind of regular
Yeah,
to an
I
extent,
agree.
for me, and probably for you too, Jokes. You say
Yeah,
you would agree with that?
I would agree with that. The only difference right now that's different is the smooth ride into work. It's like not having to worry about traffic. That's really the only thing right now that's become a nice little benefit. But uh,
Facts,
on other than that, yeah,
facts.
it's pretty much the same rhythm, the whole thing.
Yeah. So you know, Sin, I know that you are able to pass the time using Plex with a lot of anime and stuff like that that you already have.
Mm-hmm.
Um, However, one of the things that has been, and we've talked about this before, um, affected most directly by all of what's going on with COVID-19 and so forth, have been movies and their releases to theaters because the theaters are shut down. Like even when there weren't stay-at-home orders, theaters were shut down.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and so I want to talk a little bit about these releases that we've seen that are coming straight to video.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I'm gonna run down a list of some of what we have seen so far.
Hmm.
I know there are some other expectations, um, but I just kind of want to talk about those things, how we feel about them, and how we think this will affect the movie theater industry going forward. So right now, Birds of Prey, which technically would still be in theaters,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
Birds of Prey and Sonic,
Mhm.
they were beefing in the theater. Now they beefing at home.
Facts.
Both of those are available for you to purchase at home. Bad Boys for Life, new Bad Boys joint,
Yes.
available
Right.
to
Mhm.
purchase at home. Star Wars Rise of Skywalker, pushed up, available now. Bloodshot, available now.
Mhm.
Onward, available now. The Hunt, The Invisible Man.
Yep.
All of these movies are movies that were not supposed to come out anywhere near
No
now,
time soon. No time soon.
Yep. Not even close. But
and in some cases are and or would still be in theaters. First and foremost, I guess, are you compelled in any way to do the early bird purchase, or again, for me and you, Jokes, we're kind of out and about a little more. Again, it still feels a little more regular. And Sin, you don't generally consume this kind of stuff the way that other people consume it anyway.
Mhm.
So we are sort of anomalies in this, I would say.
True.
Now, y'all both went and saw Birds of Prey. I didn't see
Mhm.
Birds of Prey. Don't really care. Didn't see Sonic. Jokes, you saw Sonic.
I saw Sonic.
Would you buy Sonic? Having seen Sonic already, would you buy Sonic now?
I would buy Sonic. I
Okay.
would buy Sonic to have. I enjoyed it in the theater, and this is one that I wouldn't say I would frequently go back to it, but I would get Sonic. Now, typically with me, with the pricing on a lot of the Blu-rays and some of the 4Ks that come out, I like to just go ahead and buy the physical version because sometimes they're the same price and still get the digital copy as well too.
Hey, dog, you're tripping. Would you stop it? There's no.
Hey.
Why are you buying physical stuff, bruh?
Hey, look.
Look.
Just-
I got off the gaming thing, so leave me alone.
No.
Took me
I
a
will
little
not. I will
No.
not.
No.
I will
No.
not. I will. I will not.
No.
But
Oh.
past that point.
B,
But
talk to him, please.
a lot of the stuff has become digital. Hey, in this case, it's forcing me to come digital even more. So shut
Are
your
they still doing do they do collector sets? Like, what do you get? Do you get like a fuzzy Sonic with the physical Sonic joint? Like, do you get
You get a plush.
Sonic
You get a plush
joint to
Sonic.
hang from your windshield, like in the whatchamacallit
See,
racing game or whatever? Like,
you're going for it now. You're going for it now.
You get a decal.
nah, I'm
you
asking
get
a
decal
question.
in the back window? Is that what you get for it?
I'm just asking a question, man.
No, there's
Like,
nothing really.
you get a pudding choker with your
Hey,
Wow.
Jokes would have put in
copy of Birds of Prey.
I would pay for that.
You would pay for that.
Yes, that would be hilarious.
You would pay me to actually wear the pudding choker.
Yes.
How much are you willing to pay? I will find one. Problem right now is getting things.
Oh no, I have one. I have one at my disposal. So I'm just waiting for this number to drop. Because I go outside every day. I always go at your house.
Oh.
I'm just waiting here. You get a cash app. I never see a serious money. You tell me when this happening, and I'll make it happen.
I cash out you $10 right now. You put that joint, take your stuff.
$10,
upload it.
man, get out of here, man.
Hey,
Man, you better at least be talking like a video game or something, man.
What? You're tripping.
I give you an on sale video game.
On sale what?
Somebody ought to pay for 1 month of
On sale $3.
Oh man.
All right.
Man. All right, look. Let's shut it down. All right, Birds of Prey. All right, Sonic, you top. What about Birds of Prey?
You said Birds of Prey?
Yeah.
I would get Birds of Prey again. I would get them downloaded.
You would do that. Are we all completely ignoring Bloodshot?
Yo.
I'm just not. I don't know.
I've heard terrible things about it anyway, but
No.
Y'all already know y'all already know how I feel. That's not my guy. That's your guy. So
Yeah, before all this happened, like I was literally getting ready to go to the theater to see it because of my having my Regal movie pass, but
right.
that didn't happen beforehand. So I don't know. I may catch it on a discount. Someone gonna have a sale. I catch it on like a $6 purchase or
Right.
something.
I know that thing
Right.
gonna get watched this weekend.
I
It's
mean,
gonna
it's not. Yeah, there's no way that one's not getting. I really think that that's going to be a thing for sure. Um, are you the fact that they can move these films to digital so fast? Like we talked years ago about it going this direction with movies beginning to go to the home and be available at home the same day they drop in the theater. Um, do we think that having seen this happen, that we will either see a faster turnaround time, because clearly they can do it,
Mm-hmm.
or that we may see more, you know, day one simultaneous releases in some way?
I definitely think it'll be possible. Uh, I would say maybe once we get through the next few months and see exactly how well this does for a lot of those companies. I mean, this could be definitely a shift for them. I mean, because really the theater, honestly, yes, people go to the theater to see the movies, and that's how a lot of the movies make their money. But it's like if the theater themselves can just take the content themselves and feed the content directly to us. Now, granted, maybe the theaters just have like special type of showings. You get to see this only if you come see it in a movie theater. Here's this extra scene or whatnot of only if you see it in a movie theater. But I could really start to see more of these, either whether it be simultaneous releases or some that just say, hey, look, this is going straight to Disney Plus. We're bypassing theaters, and the only way you're gonna see this right now is on Disney Plus. Come subscribe here. Shoot, get in here for this free 7-day subscription. It's there for you, and while you're here, check out everything else as well too, and try to get people in. But I definitely think we're going to start to see a change after everything starts to normalize.
I agree. I think the longer this goes on, the harder it's gonna go back to normal with all this. Like it's just like you said, B. It's so easy just to. We're seeing it seems to be so easy just to take the stuff and throw it online real quick when it was supposed to be in the theaters. Technically, like that turnaround time. So if if we get Black Widow and Wonder Woman and the other stuff that's we're worrying about, like before all this coronavirus stuff is up, and we just get it at home, it's gonna be way harder for them to go back, especially if it does really well. And that's seeing those numbers come in, it's gonna be harder to go back after all this. They're gonna have a difficult time with it.
So I think that it could be twofold. I mean, I think the movies are going to do well because people are stuck in the house and there's nothing else to do.
Mm-hmm.
True.
Um, but I also think that currently a lot of people are out of work,
Oh
and
yeah.
so we may not see it turn the kind of numbers that it would have turned because people aren't earning income that they can use to spend $20 to buy a movie. You know what I mean? Like day one or what have you.
That's true.
It's still generally speaking cheaper to spend $20 for an HD version of a movie to be able to watch whenever you want or to stream it than it is to take the family and go to the theater at
Very true.
10 to $12 a pop.
Very true.
Um, so that could make a difference. Um, it certainly is going to continue to have an impact, I think, on theaters.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
I think that you're both right to an extent. I think that the production houses are going to have to find a way to make it enticing to go to the theater. And I think that theaters are going to have to find a way to make it worth it in a much better way for you to come to the theater. Right now, like what you have jokes with the Regal thing, um, run that down. How many movies you get to see, how often, and for how much a month?
Gotcha. So I have their highest tier one, so it's $23 a month.
Okay.
Make it easy. The major difference between each tier is the theaters that you can go to. The average
So like
everyday
IMAX and stuff like that.
no, like say like physical locations of where the theaters are.
Oh, okay.
So
Huh.
the honest truth is the middle tier for the most average everyday person is going to work perfectly fine. So for the extra $2, say if maybe you go on, hey, maybe you go on vacation out of state somewhere, and maybe your particular location wasn't covered on your plan, that may give you access to that certain theater. That's really
Okay.
where that comes into play at. For the extra $2, I said, hey, I'll go ahead and do it. I mean, I may take advantage, I may not. But other than that, you pretty much have the ability to see as many movies as you want. You can't see the same movie in the same day. So it's not like you could go see Mulan and then turn right back around and see Mulan again. But
Right.
you could see 5 different movies in the same day if you wanted to. So there's no stopping you on that limit to go and do it.
So what is it? So it is you can so for $23 a month, you are able to see unlimited movies. You
Essentially,
just
you
can't
can.
see the same movie back to back
Can't see the same movie
or in
back
the
to back.
same day.
hmm So
So
it's I could literally just go if I wanted to. I could go in the theater. I could get a ticket for every showing. Like say one's 2 hours and split it and figure out the times. I could get a show for each one of them and just keep going into each of the theaters.
and you can do that every day for the whole month
You can do that every day for the whole month. Now, like
for
I've
$23.
for $23.
Now now all right, so let's think about that for a second. If you want to buy Birds of Prey right now, it's $20 at
Mm-hmm.
like base. Matter of fact, let me look at it
Yeah.
because I think when I looked at it the other day, I was gonna get it and they didn't have a 4K version. I was like, nope,
What?
you ain't getting me, buddy.
Right.
Not I. But the 4K version is available now, and it's the same price. So right now, like it's the same price whether you do standard HD or UHD.
Mm-hmm.
Which I don't know why you wouldn't just do UHD so you have access to it
Both of them,
and
right?
whatever. So I'm gonna just tell you now that joint's probably getting copped today. But listen, but um for $20 though, versus for another $3, I could go to the theater and see as many movies as I want. Now, for a theater chain, again, we talked about this. I worked in a movie theater for a long time. Movie theaters do not make their money on ticket sales.
Mm-hmm.
A good portion of that money goes directly to the the production houses for the film.
Right.
Um, and movie theaters generally make their money on concessions. Now, I'm sure there is something. Do you know what kind of discounts you get on concessions with your $23 a month
Yeah. So
package?
they give you 10% off the concessions,
Okay.
and that actually works with not only just like the normal concessions, but like say if they have like some of those special release type of things. I know like when Star Wars came out, you could get like the steel popcorn thing.
Mhm.
It actually works on
Right.
that stuff as well too. So you're not necessarily I don't want to say limited. Essentially, it works at everything that you can possibly get at the concession stand.
So 10% off of concessions really is nothing. Like they're not losing
Mm-hmm.
anything in that. So really, that is a draw to get you in the theater
Mm-hmm.
to
Yeah.
spend your money. Because you're not spending money for the ticket, quote unquote. Hopefully, you'll spend that money on concessions, which is really where they make their money anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So with something like this, if you're a theater, how do you combat this? What do you do to make this entice? Because you can't really drop the price. Concessions are so expensive at
Yes.
theaters, and it used to be that theaters actually had special packaging.
Mm-hmm.
A bigger box of sweet tarts that you could get. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Mhm.
But that's not the case anymore. Like you can go to Five Below.
It
Facts.
is
You go
some
to the
cases
dollar store and stock
right
up
next
on
door.
the movie, you know what I'm saying, on the movie versions of that candy and
Big
stuff
facts.
that
Yeah.
used to be like exclusive to the theater, right? And so used to be when you paid all that extra money, you still felt like you were getting gouged, but it felt like maybe you were getting some. It'd just really be a bigger box. It'd be the same amount of candy in there, or whatever. But
Yep.
like,
Yeah.
well, I don't know, man. Them real big packs of Twizzlers used to only be at the theater, and them joints will be full. But
Yeah.
you know, popcorn costs nothing, bruh. It costs nothing to make. Butter costs much of nothing. It's fake butter anyway. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it costs much of nothing. Probably the most expensive thing in the popcorn is the salt,
Oh,
if you use it.
use the right.
And those you know, whether they do paper bags or they do but actual buckets, like they're not that expensive. So when you pay like $6 or $7 for like a large popcorn, and like a large drink is like $8 or something dumb like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. You know as well as I do, if McDonald's can sell you an almost permanent cup of tea for $1, that is only slightly smaller technically than what you get at the theater, and them joints are throwaway cups 90% of the time.
Yeah.
You know you getting bodied for the you know what I mean? Like, you just do. But you're at the theater, so what are you gonna do? It's kind of like being in it. Like, going to the movie theater is like the closest thing to the kind of rape you get when you go to a theme park. And it's just like, well, you in here, you don't want to leave, so you go in a theme park and they got a Chick-fil-A, slim.
You gonna pay $20 for a meal in that joint.
Slim, listen to me.
The sandwich. Oh, this is
hey, listen,
sandwich
Slim.
The same.
They don't even have the full menu, but the same meals that we get on a regular basis every week at Chick-fil-A. My family goes to Chick-fil-A every Tuesday.
I will never forget when Gage called me from the theme park because he was so pissed off at the prices he had to pay for
Slim. Hey, Slim. It was like, I kid you not, it was like $95. Yes. I'm not even joking. Yes. Like $95, bruh.
Hey, my man had to come outside and call me and vent for real.
Hey, I need
dog,
like
they
trip for a minute. I'm having a little bit fit right now.
Yeah,
it's a real thing. Yeah. So, you know, what do you do? Like, if you're a theater, what do you do? For real, what would bring you into the theater? I mean, again, look, a good deal like that, $23 to see as many movies as you want, as often as you want, is a pretty solid deal, bruh.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like, I don't get to go as much, like, before all this. I didn't get to go as much as I wanted to, but like in the app at certain points, like they would compare you to like a person in your area that used their thing, and like I may have seen them like movies, maybe like 5 movies in a month or something like that, and they're on like 30 and 40, and I'm just like, what are you doing? Like,
I mean, some people don't have anything else to do though.
Like, gosh, like it's literally a movie a day, movie 2 a day. 2 every other day or something like that.
Somehow they got to figure out how to make it more enticing to come out to the theater than stay at home. If you technically get the same experience now, you can get the movies, you get the surround sound. You're in the comfort of your own home. You only got to get one movie, and you and your whole family can watch it. They just got to order a pizza, and $10, feed everybody. Like it's
a lot of theaters are trying to beef up and do like, you know, the reclining chairs, the heated seats. I mean, I get for some people that's a real thing. Like, I like it and all, but that's not necessarily like I got a decent sofa here that I can sit on. That's
right. That's cool for a date night, but I'm not coming out every weekend to pay the money you're asking for that.
Right.
To go. Like, no.
Yeah, but I mean, when you if you're paying almost the same amount, if you're paying $20, think about, all right, so let's run this down for a second. Let's just run this down. So in the last, let's say 3 months, Bad Boys, Sonic, Birds of Prey, Onward, shoot, let's even go back to December, Star Wars.
Okay.
All 5 of those movies are currently available for you to download right now and watch in the comfort of your own home right now, $20 a piece. That's $100. For $23 a month, you could go watch 5 movies in the theater. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you could go watch, like, even if you just take 2, let's take Sonic and Birds of Prey, because we know that they were out. They only came out a week apart in February. So it would cost you $40 right now if you want to purchase and watch both Birds of Prey and Sonic in the comfort of your own home. For $23, you could have watched both of them back to back in the same day at the theater, or one weekend apart if you wanted to, on opening weekend or whatever. You know what I mean? For less money.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we're not talking about technically having access to it permanently. I understand that there is a difference
Right.
between what you're spending and why you're spending it and whatever. I totally get that. I'm just saying, like, if it turns out one of those movies isn't good, wouldn't you rather be paying $20 a month
Yeah, most certainly.
than, or, you know, 23? Because really the base thing that most people is like $21 a month or something like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, you probably could have really caught Bad Boys, Sonic, and Birds of Prey all in the theater at the same. Star Wars probably too, really, all at the same time. I mean, Star Wars would have been kind of coming out, like leaving the theater, but you know, Invisible Man, like all available now. And, you know, so if it, like, a lot of times when you purchase something at home, you're purchasing it because you've already seen it, or it's got enough buzz that you feel like you're gonna probably watch it more than once, or you want to be able to do it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
The convenience of being able to pause it and stop and get up and go to the bathroom instead of missing part of it when you leave the theater to go to the bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
So there, you know, there certainly is a difference there. But I think that probably part of what we'll see is we're going to begin to see more often that I think this is an anomaly in that the fact that they're making it available for people to buy right away, I don't know that that's what we're going to see. So right now, I'm looking at Microsoft Movies and TV, which is where I buy a lot of the films that I buy when I buy them. That's usually where I buy them.
Mm-hmm.
Now, because they're tied to my Xbox account, and when I sign on any Xbox, I can go in and I can watch them. That's just kind of, you know what I mean? Is this, again, it's part of being in that ecosystem kind of thing. But Microsoft does not have their own movie and TV streaming service.
Right.
But a lot of the companies that produce these movies, who own the rights to these movies, have their own services or have services coming. So again, we talked about Peacock and like Universal, NBC being the same company. So what I think is probably going to happen to try to keep people going to the theater, I think you might see simultaneous releases into streaming services, but not necessarily for immediate purchase for you to have.
I agree with that.
You understand what I'm saying? Because they want to get your money, like they want to get your money in their service. And then hopefully you stay for the other stuff, right? And then they may still do an actual digital purchase release. Because like right now, generally, the digital release hits 2 to 3 weeks ahead of
the actual physical copy.
The actual physical copy anyway. So I think they'll probably stagger because physical copies are going to go away. It's going to happen. So I think that we'll probably see them try to push people towards their streaming services. And you'll see those releases come early to the streaming services. And then they may do something else to try to get you to come to the theater too. If that makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense. Which they're not going to give it in the theater no time soon, but they're going to try to fight as long as possible. But it's going to be I feel like the way how all this goes, it's going to be a tough fight, depending on how all this goes going forward. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, look, if as a huge Fast and Furious fan, with that joint being pushed back to next year or whatever, if the way this goes, if they announced that it was going to be available for digital day one, same day as the theater, are you going to the theater?
Yeah. There's certain for me, just speaking for me, there's certain things I would love to go see in the theater. Fast vs. 1, Marvel movies, I would say, is another one I would like to go to the theater to see. Outside of Star Wars. Outside of those, I could be at home watching them just fine. I don't need to go. But those I would like to go see in the theater first before watching them at home. Personally.
Okay. I dig that.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't know what kind of incentive they might be able to offer you that might make you stay at home. You know what I mean, and watch it versus
Mm.
going to the theater to watch it. But
Well, I'm pretty sure it's something we're gonna keep our eye on and see what they're doing,
Definitely.
because without a doubt it's going to be a thing going forward now, for real.
yeah, as much as I want to go, I'm prepared mentally to go see Mulan in the theater. They're just like Disney Plus. I bet
Right.
Yeah,
I would not go to the theater to see that joint.
we will all jump online together and watch it. Yeah, make it happen.
In fact,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm super interested to see where it all goes and how all that shakes out because, this, for the foreseeable future, this is how it's gonna be
Yeah.
for at least what's already filmed.
Correct.
True.
The problem going forward is gonna be depending on how long this takes. All production has been pushed way back.
Mm-hmm.
So because there might not be any other new films to come to the theater, even though this stuff is already out, it may still come to the theater.
That's facts.
True.
So what kind of incentives do you think they will offer people to actually come out of their house? Because again, people are going to be like climbing over each other to come out of the house.
Oh, yeah. Once this is finally lifted, that's without a doubt. Without a doubt.
But are they going to be climbing over each other to go to the movies?
Depending on what
To
you
like
drop.
go sit in a dark room next to people they don't know and watch something they've already seen?
They just want to get out the house.
I mean,
it depends on the movie.
Here's what I think. My honest opinion is that it won't probably be any of this new stuff. I mean, they might do some of it, but again, I think we'll see like if they did Bad Boys, I see them doing Bad Boys 1, 2, and 3. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Come out to the theater, come see them all, come, whatever. Like I see them putting together like whole kind of like packages for it. But I also think probably what we'll see is I would bet you right now that there are executives that are sitting on the boards who are going, we need to re-release Goonies in the theater as soon as this is over. You know what I mean? Like, I think that there are people who are going, like, looking at old movies that, even if they've been out for a long time, like, I bet you people would go see the Blade trilogy in the theater if they told them,
Ooh.
y'all come outside, come see this joint. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I'm betting that there are, because they keep kind of doing that. Like they have these one-offs where they put out a movie that, for the anniversary of the film or something like that. But I would wager that if they can pull it off, they would be trying to find a way to take movies that are already done, that are older, that would be like a reason to go celebrate going to the theater, even though they don't have new stuff because it hasn't finished production or whatever yet.
Right.
And get people to come to the theater for nostalgia purposes.
Mm-hmm. Agree.
You know what I mean? Come see the original Jumanji in the theater. You know what I mean? Again, or something like that.
Yeah.
Something along those lines. That's what I'm thinking. Anyway, hey, look, you all who are watching, thank you for watching. Let us know in the comments what you think. How you feel about, do any of you guys have any of these movie viewing deals? And how does it compare to viewing at home? Super interested in hearing that. I hope everybody is staying safe and staying home. We certainly want you to do that.
Please.
We are going to end this one, right, gentlemen?
Yes, sir.
Absolutely, yeah.
All right. We are out. Toodles and loos. What it do, snackers and snackettes? Did you like what you just saw? Would you like to help us grow? Here's what you can do. Shoot over to patreon.com/loading snacks. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe on your favorite platform of choice. Appreciate you.